Hey, Randeep, how's it going? Had a look at your assignment last week and your public review as well. Just going to give you a few comments on that. And yeah, it's looking really good. Love kind of like the superhero suit that you've put him in. Still looks very Incredibles-like, which is cool as well. Like that a lot. You should have a look very closely at Mr. Incredible for this, because it's like you can really see there. I mean, the way he picks up the caber, very nice. Yeah, and that big throw at the end. Crazy, but not too crazy, which is good. So at least it's kind of like, it's not off the wall cheap animation, it's good, respectable animation. So yeah, to make this a bit more realistic, just been looking through a few things, and the first thing that I think you need to have a look at is your anticipation when you basically go down. One of the things that you don't really see is kind of like the right hand, which is behind the caber. You might want to start on frame one with it actually showing, so you can see him grab the bottom of it just for a couple of frames, because that basically will help you sell the idea that he's picking it up, a bit more of silhouette there. When he picks it up as well, think about he's currently lifting it up perfectly vertically. And the thing is that if you want to convey that the caber is heavy, even for a superhero, it's the thing that he should pull it towards him, because the balance, if you think about it as a balance board essentially, when he picks it up, it's the tendency is for the body to droop forward. So what you do is that you pull back at the same time, trying to basically make sure that the body stays in balance. Because all of a sudden you've gone from no weight on frame one, where he can be perfectly horizontal, to a load of weight on frame 24. And on frame 24, the body would tend to fall forward because of the balance. His head, his upper body, and the caber is all the weight. It would fall forward. So basically pull him back, make him pull the thing towards him. So basically he's got more weight on his actual body. And basically when you get to frame 33, that caber should almost be right on top of his hips. Look at real world reference, and especially, you're trying to exaggerate it. Of course, he's super strong, but you just want to have that ground in reality. It's like saying that this thing that he's picking up, it might be made of concrete. He might be able to pick it up, but it's still going to be a challenge for him, and that's going to make it more surprising when he throws it 50 miles off screen. Okay, so basically bring that caber into the hips. And the thing is that, especially one of the things that you can do to sell weight, and this happened in your previous shot as well, is one of the things is make sure that the character's steps are as slow as you can possibly get them, and make sure that the feet are on the ground for the most amount of time you can. So basically let's see if I can do this, kind of like when he steps, have the feet basically take all the weight, move forward, but the legs don't actually leave the ground for very long. They just take little steps, and that way you can basically convey more sense of weight. So basically every step that he takes, it's almost like he's pulling the entire body up, but his feet are still on the ground, and the feet only leave the ground for bonk little minute. Load of effort, bonk, little movement like that. And basically that way, if you basically put the planting of your foot on the ground and lots of movement, especially in the lower and upper body to take the step, you sell that idea of weight. It's a difficult balance, because if you've got somebody who is more stronger than anybody else, it's, have a look at Carlos Baena's Tiki scene in The Incredibles, the one where he picks up the big Moai statue and basically he's about to throw it into the lava. That's got a ton of weight in it, and you can tell that Mr. Incredible is just strong enough to pick it up, but it's still a challenge. That's the thing that you got to do. So basically, when he comes over, step, 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 step forward, step forward. The step forwards are really good. Much, 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 much more that convey of weight. That the body's basically really taking it all down there. I still think that you might have to adjust that pose a little bit, maybe, because it's kind of like he's walking very close to camera. You might want him to walk just very, very, very slightly away from camera. And then basically when he is about to throw, I think you need to kind of like anticipate that better, because you really anticipate it really quickly. So like you got frame 142 here. In about 4 frames, he goes down into the anticipation. Pretty much you want that to happen over more time. So you want him to be holding the caber, getting ready for it. 1, 2, and then really anticipate well into the motion and throw it up, and make sure that the up is long as well, but not as long as you've got it. I think that the up, just when it gets to a point, I think you can do it in about maybe 8 frames, maybe 10, I think. Let's see how long you're taking right now. So kind of like from when he's ready to throw, 146. Yeah, it goes to about 64. So you've got, I think, too long there. The throwing of the caber needs to be more explosive, essentially. So you're really going to have some easing in at the beginning. So basically, it's going to be slow at the beginning as it gains momentum, and then it's going to shoot out. And my last comment would be on staging. I've had a look at this a couple of times, and again, using Incredibles for reference, have a look at the shot where Mr. Incredible is playing football with Dash, and basically he throws the football like really, 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 really far. The thing is that it falls on a curve, essentially. So basically, if this is your shot, and there's the center of gravity of your caber, what you want to do is basically have it go and do an arc into the distance, okay? So basically what you've got now is that when the caber is in the air, what we're looking for is that the center of gravity is right in the middle of the actual caber. That's your bouncing ball. That's the point you've got to follow as it spins through the air, okay? So basically what you want is that that currently on screen is moving pretty much straight, you know, so it's going kind of like across your screen, following an arc like that into the distance. What you want to do is basically make it go and actually start seeing it fall when it comes to around this area of screen over here, because that way you're selling the idea of depth, right? Currently it's flying deep into the air, but you also want to add gravity onto that as well. Okay, so it's got to be a hard throw, but still it's got to be difficult, even for a superhero as well, because he's not going to throw it 10 meters into the distance. He's going to throw it a couple of miles into the distance, but it's still going to be difficult. Okay? Well, I hope that helps you out a little bit, you know, and yeah, keep posting these and I'll keep dropping you lines. Take care, man, and great job. Real, real great job. I'm looking to see this over the next couple of weeks. See you later. Bye.